Hi guys, Jack here with another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Universe slash Henki Galvatron. But before we do, we will take a quick look at the packaging. Move Galvatron out of here for a quick second. One quick look at the packaging. Turn the camera up a little bit. And you can see I am on a roll today. As you can see, Transformers Universe, and a Decepticon symbol right here. Picture of Galvatron looking almighty and fierce with crazy bloodshot eyes. Oop. And then, as you can see, here's his name, Galvatron, Deluxe class, with firing particle cannon. Another Decepticon right here, symbol. Picture of Galvatron again, and another Decepticon symbol. And then there's a picture of Galvatron in his robot mode, looking all mighty and fierce because he's the great Decepticon leader. Well, after Megatron, or you know what, I'm blabbing out spoilers for you. Another, again, Transformers Universe, another Decepticon symbol, and a picture of Galvatron. And of course, here is the long tech-specky bio, which I'm not going to read to you. But of course, since I talk a lot, this allows you to have enough time to read the bio, and of course, you can also look at the tech specs, of course. I'm not sure if my camera will pick this up because of the lighting. And, well, that's just too bad. Don't force me to type the whole bio in the specs. Just don't. Another picture of him in his tank mode. Firing cannon! Yes, I can see that. And then, of course, the other figures in the wave, Acid Storm and Sunstreaker, also available. Not anymore! Toss up onto the side. And then we will move on to Galvatron. So here is Galvatron in his, I guess, Classics tank mode. Classics 101, 1.0, 2.0, Universe, or whatever. Whatever. You can call this the Chug line if you want to. You know, Classics, Henki, Universe, Generations. I don't care. This is Galvatron in the most awesomest way that I know him. Now, as for Galvatron, he is still the maniacal, crazy, power-hungry person that he is in G1, and just like Megatron, because he was remodeled after Megatron. Yeah, here's a little spoiler here, so if you don't want to hear it, turn off this video, or skim through it. After the battle in Autobot City, Megatron was kind of defeated by Optimus Prime this is Sparta-ing Megatron in the chest with his fists like balled up into one, and then Starscream, taking a moment of chance, threw Megatron out of Astro Train because he was carrying too much weight. Megatron was desecrating out into space and was found with a couple other unnamed Decepticons by the almighty Unicron, which then Megatron later pledged his allegiance to him, and then Unicron reformatted him into Galvatron and gave him Cyclonus and Scourge, which I do not have with me right now, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah. And then, of course, Season 3 and 4 have moved on to Galvatron here. So yeah, Galvatron isn't a bad person or a bad figure. He's just kind of crazy. He's like someone I know. You're listening to him right now. So yeah, he does have the firing particle cannon, but I call it a fusion cannon because that is the way it is. Firing a missile. And I saw SSJ Autobots review of this guy, and he says that the missile shoots really far. Yes, it really does. I almost blinded myself shooting this, and plus it's on a hair trigger, kind of like Sentinel's lights right here. Look, I'm not even pressing it once. The lights just go on for no apparent reason. And I think my Sentinel is about to break. I hope not. Anyway. Since this is the Henki version, I do not have the Universe Galvatron to compare with because somebody broke him. I wonder who could have broken him. But yeah, if I had the universe one, this whole light gray right here would be in a dark gray, and then so would these chromed pieces right here, which gotta admit, chrome is very, very fancy, especially in a transformer. The chrome is on these like thrusters, I guess, right here, or gas tanks on the sides, and for the turret, and of course you still have the same transparent orange barrel, or turret of tank. So yeah, for a quick comparison with him in tank mode, I will have him compared to the guy that he was reformatted. So yeah, first leader of the Decepticons, new leader of the Decepticons. Crazy? Crazier! Yeah. So now, should we move on to the transformation? Yes, we will. Pan the camera up a little bit, or zoom in a little bit, and then we will move on to the transformation. Since this is the Henki version, mine is kind of a little loose, but I really don't care. What I do on mine is that I pull the turret out. I pull it out for now, then I come to the back and then pull the arm out. Then I fold this little missile pod down, out. Then I rotate the turret 180 degrees, and then I slink the pieces on the sides. I sandwich them so that way they can I'm trying to sandwich these pieces in. Oh, now they sandwich in. Anyway, then you're going to want to fold the missile pod in, which will bring out his hand. And then we will move on to the transformation. Then you're going to come to the sides right here and then unpeg the, I guess, fuel pods right here. Let's see if I can unpeg them. Fold these pieces back for now. Then you're going to want to pull these pieces back. Then fold this piece up. Then you're going to fold the legs down. Then you're going to rotate the turret away for one quick second. Fold this piece back up. Rotate the waist 180 degrees. And then the legs are a bit of a challenge. You're going to want to have you're going to want to fold them out. Then you're going to want to rotate the this piece 180 degrees until it stops, or maybe not. Then you're going to want to fold this part forward, or push it forward. Then you're going to fold this piece forward, and it will tab in. I think I don't hear a loud click or whatever on some of my transformers. Then you're going to fold the foot down. Same thing other side. And this is how you want the leg to be. You want the silver part to be shown. I'll do it again. Rotate 180 degrees. Push forward. Rotate the foot down. Peg in. And we could have him standing if he wasn't so back heavy or chest heavy. And then what I do now is that I fold this back down for now. No, what I do is that I pull out the arm right here. It's on a sliding joint, so be careful. Peg that in. Rotate the arm. Then I bring down the other arm. Fold this part down. Fold the arm down. Rotate it. Then bring out the fist. And now my cat is getting into my mom's stuff for one quick second. Sorry, people. My cat is just crazy. Anyway, we're going to, I think you heard his bell. Anyway, then you're going to want to fold this part in the back up. Then there's these two little tabs on them, and then tabs inside these little turrets or threads right here. You're going to peg them in. See if I can without them coming off. Oh, come on now. There we go. And then our last step to completion is that you're going to fold this part up. Oh, fold this part up. You're going to fold it down to complete his chest. And there you have Galvatron in his robot mode. And I have to say, he actually is pretty dang cool. Pan the camera a little bit forward. And my camera is... oh well. We'll try and get used to this change now. Lighting is okay, review's going okay, and the day's going okay. I mean, it's already 12, and it is on. I don't know what's on. Maybe the oven. I don't know. Sorry for my dry humor. Anyway, as for Galvatron, he is actually pretty cool. He's that little underestimated figure that everybody hates, but he has that special place in my heart for many reasons. 1, he's voiced by Leonard Nimoy. 2, he's voiced by Frank Welker. And 3, he's purple. Don't ask me why he's purple, because yeah, just don't ask me why he's purple. Anyway, as for color costs and more chrome, since this is a Henki figure, the more chrome that you see is basically on the turret, and as you can see right here on the sides, it says Gal-25, which represents Galvatron and the 25th year of Transformers, which was 1984. No, 1984 to 2009, so 25 years. And just think, 2 years from now, it'll be 30 years. So yeah, props to Hasbro if they do this, something like this. So yeah. Now, as for articulation, he has his head is on a his head is on a swivel, which allows him to go. Just look around and that's it. No up and down. It does have light piping though, but you can't see it though. I'm sorry. He has his arm can go up and down, in and out. However, it's on a tight hinge, so it can rotate 160 degrees right here. Double hinged elbow and a little wrist swivel, but he can't hold anything in that arm. What? Why would he? He's Galvatron, for crying out loud. On his other arm, it's a little bit different. Can go up and down. No in and out movement. He can only bend at the arm and rotate, and no wrist articulation. He has waist articulation due to the transformation. See? He has his legs can go up and down, in and out, rotate at the thigh, rotate at the knee, and bend at the knee, and then of course little toe or ankle pivot. So yeah. Now, as for gimmicks wise, he still comes with the particle ray blaster or fusion cannon. And of course, you can always shoot this giant deadly missile at someone. I'm not going to shoot it at the camera. And I'd shot it at bottles of water. So yeah. Now, before we move on, before we end this review, because it's almost about to go way over my 15 minutes, we will do one quick comparison, and then a couple other things. Here he is compared next to one of his soldiers, Cyclonus. And then just for the fun of it, his buddy Scourge, the trucker, and his henchman, the sweeps, which I do not have. Come on. Come on now. Stand. Stand, come on, we've already gone over my 15 minutes. Just stand, please, that's all I'm asking. Then you can just, I don't know, lay on the ground the next, I guess, 20 days in my room. And then here he is next to Galvatron. Oh, come on, really? So yeah. Here is the whole reincarnated G1 cast. We've got Cyclonus, Galvatron, and Scourge. And speaking of G1, if you guys don't remember from the Transformers G1 animated movie, after defeating Ultra Magnus, well, kind of, Galvatron took kind courtesy of having the Matrix. And this Matrix came with the Battle in Space 2-pack of Cyclonus and Rodimus. And what I usually do is that when I said I was going to get a Galvatron, I would have him displayed wearing the Matrix. And that just looks damn awesome on my collection. So now, should you get Galvatron? If you need somebody to hold the Matrix others than Cyclonus or Hot Rod or any other Transformer that you have, get Galvatron to wear the Matrix, and then get Galvatron because he's just awesome. He's that one underestimated figure, but still pretty dang cool. So this has been the review of the Transformers Universe / Henki Galvatron, and this is Blackjack 2099 signing off. Take care, guys.